This is the story of a worn 1925 silver dollar and the broken man who held it on a frozen hill 100 years ago as the world celebrated a new year he thought he'd never deserve. His name was Jasper, and on December 31, 1925, as the clocks in his small Pennsylvania town struck midnight, he stood alone, wind slicing through his thin coat, staring down at fireworks that felt like mockery. The laughter rising from the valley belonged to everyone else. For Jasper, 1925 had ended not with hope, but with total defeat. Let me tell you what that year took from him. He'd poured every dream, every borrowed dollar, every sleepless night into opening a hardware store, his fortress of independence. Instead, it became his prison. Customers trickled in like ghosts. Bills piled higher than the snow outside. He worked until his hands blistered, painting signs, stocking shelves, forcing smiles that cracked his face. But the town didn't need what he was desperately selling. Then there was Fiona. Her laugh had been his compass, her faith his fuel. "I'll wait," she'd promised. But waiting has limits, measured in lonely evenings and promises that never materialized. Buried in his sinking ship, Jasper didn't notice her rowing away. The day he finally surfaced, ready to fight for her, he found her wedding invitation in his mailbox, to someone steady, someone safe. And his father, Arthur, the blacksmith who'd raised him on the creed, "Luck is just the residue of hard design," their once iron bond had rusted into silence. Arthur's weary eyes held no anger, only disappointment too heavy for words. So there Jasper stood, no business, no love, no future. Just that single 1925 silver dollar in his pocket, the first and nearly last profit from his failed dream. He wanted to scream, and he did, raw, guttural, until his lungs burned and the wind stole the sound. Then came silence, a profound, ringing silence after the fireworks died. In that void, something cracked open inside him, not a gentle whisper, a cold, sharp truth. The story of 1925 was finished, but he was not. The shame, the regrets, the endless if-onlys. He could keep carrying them like chains, or he could set them down, right there, right then. The new year wasn't a magic eraser, it was a blank page, and for the first time, Jasper realized he still held the pen. His frozen fingers closed around the coin, this symbol of his worst failure. He didn't hurl it into the dark, he gripped it tighter and made a vow. This coin would no longer mark what he'd lost. It would become the first token of his reset. First law of a true reset: perform a ritual of release. Jasper reclaimed that coin on the hill. For you watching this in 2025, scrolling through old texts, replaying job rejections, staring at a dream that's gathering dust, your ritual might look different. Burn the letter you never sent. Delete the app feeding your regret. Say the apology you've avoided. Make it physical, deliberate. Tell your soul, that chapter is closed. We're not going back. Dawn of January 1, 1926, Jasper didn't march to his failing store with a grand plan. He walked to his father's dim workshop, the air thick with coal and sawdust. He placed the silver dollar on the greasy workbench. "For the first debt," he said, voice rough from the night's scream. Arthur stared at the coin, then at his son's hollow eyes. No speech. Just one sharp nod. Then he returned to his hammer. Jasper didn't leave. He picked up a broom in the corner and started sweeping. Sawdust, metal shavings, and a year's worth of silence. He swept the next day, and the next. Second law: Start where you are. Use what you have. Jasper's reset didn't begin with a flashy new venture. It began with a broom and showing up where he still belonged. Later, he went to the corpse of his store. With his own hands, he dismantled the beautiful oak shelves he'd sanded with such pride. From the wreckage of his failure, he built a stronger workbench in his father's shop. He didn't hide the past, he repurposed it. In 2025, we wait for perfect conditions, the right funding, the perfect mood, the ideal timing. Jasper didn't. He started messy, small, brutally physical. One repaired plow for a neighbor, one honest conversation, one day of showing up. That's how momentum is born. Your reset doesn't need a perfect plan. It needs one imperfect action today. Send the email, lace up the shoes, sweep your corner of the workshop. Weeks turned to months. Progress was slow, almost invisible. Some nights, the ghosts returned, Fiona's smile slicing through him, the fear that he was still a fool. One storm-lashed evening, he pulled out the coin again, ready to spiral into self-loathing.
But this time, he did something different. He opened a simple ledger. One page was labeled 1925 Liabilities. He never turned to it again. On a fresh page titled 1926, he made a single mark, one small repair job for Mrs. Henderson. He placed the silver dollar on that mark, anchoring it. Third law: exchange self-punishment for documented progress. Jasper didn't just vaguely forgive himself, he built evidence. Every tiny win, a mended fence, a shared coffee with Arthur, a new customer earned through trust, earned another mark. The coin became the weight holding his new story in place. Persistence isn't a heroic charge. It's the quiet refusal to stop marking the ledger, especially on days you feel worthless. In our era of likes and instant validation, this feels ancient, but it's more powerful than ever. Open your Notes app tonight. Make your first mark, however small. Protect it with your resolve. By December 1926, the transformation wasn't loud. Jasper's shoulders, once hunched under shame, now carried the steady strength of real work. His eyes were clear. The business evolved into Jasper & Son, Repair and Design, born from service, not ego. Arthur spoke to him again about wood grain and life, their words a reliable rhythm. Fiona? He saw her in the town square sometimes. The ache remained, but it was clean. A scar, not a bleeding wound. He'd made peace because he was finally walking his own path. On the last evening of 1926, Jasper returned to that hill. He drew the 1925 silver dollar from his pocket, worn smoother by purpose than by time. He flipped it high. It caught the dying sun like a spark of fire. A century has passed. Cars are electric, phones fit in our palms, distractions are endless. But the human heart? It beats the same. Your 2025 might carry different details: a failed launch, a ghosted inbox, a relationship that faded, a goal untouched. The weight feels modern, but it's as old as time. You're standing on your own hill right now, clutching your own version of that coin, the screenshot, the memory, the regret.
You have the exact same choice Jasper did. Let it drag you backward into a story that's already over, or perform your ritual of release tonight. Reclaim your coin. Decide its new meaning. Start where you are, not tomorrow, right now. Make one call, write one line, take one step. Then document it. Build your ledger of progress. Let every small win stack until the weight of your past becomes the foundation of your future. The reset doesn't demand perfection. It asks only for purpose. Jasper flipped his coin and began 1926 with nothing but resolve, and it was enough. Now, it's your turn. Flip your coin, decide, and let your 2026 begin. What's the one thing you're releasing from 2025? Drop it in the comments below. Tag someone who needs this reset. Your story starts now.